Okay, we are going to do worksheet 2B, and I'll call this worksheet 2B-2. And so number 1, it says 2 cities, and here it is. 2 cities are 482 kilometers apart. Convert this distance to miles. And so we know that, let's see, 482 kilometers, and we have to use dimensional analysis. We'll put that over 1, and we know this is 1.6093 kilometers per mile. Now the kilometers divide out, and that product is 299.5 miles. Good. So let's do number 2. And 2 says a pond contains 8.3 cubic yards of water. Find the volume of the water in cubic meters, and state your answer to the nearest tenth. Okay, cubic meters. We have 8.3 over 1 yards cubed. And we have to convert that to cubic meters. So let's see, 1 yard corresponds to, the unit multiplier is 0.9144 meters. 0.9144 meters. And so now the issue is, we've got cubic yards here, we don't have them here. Well, we can get them there if we cube everything. In other words, you can't just cube the yards without cubing the entire fraction. So if we put a cube here, a cube there, and we cube that, now the cubic yards divide out, and we just have to compute the product of this value cubed times 8.3, and I get 6.3 meters cubed. And we've got that. So now 3. And 3 wants us to determine whether this makes sense. Ken ran a distance of 2,000 meters in 35 seconds. Well, 2,000 meters over 35 seconds. And let's just convert meters to miles. So I'm going to round our previous figure and just say there's 1.61 meters per mile. And now that equals approximately 1.25 miles per 35 seconds. And that's impossible. So no, it doesn't make any sense. 4. Let's see what 4 has us doing. Keith is 4.8 feet tall. What is his height in centimeters? Okay, 4.8 feet. And in centimeters, well, we know this. There's 12 inches in a foot, and there's 2.54 centimeters in an inch, and we have to get his height in centimeters, yeah. So now the feet divide out, the inches divide out, and when we compute the product of these three factors, we're going to have 146.3 centimeters. By the way, we went over the pages where this information is found on the last worksheet, so I'm assuming you can look these up if you're a little rusty with the conversions. So number 5, convert this area to square hectometers. Well, let me erase this and we'll do number 5. And we've got 523 million, 523 million over 1 square millimeters, so millimeters squared. And we've got to convert this area to hectometers. Okay, well, we know there's, let's convert the millimeters to meters. And we know there's 1,000 millimeters per meter. And now let's convert the meters to hectometers, and there's 100 meters, per hectometer. HM. Now the meters divide out, the millimeters. Oh boy, hold on. We've got to square everything. So we've got to square this. If we square that, we've got to square that. We've got to square that. We've got to square this. We've got to square this. We've got to square this. Now the square millimeters will divide out. And by the way, if you square 1,000, you get 1,000,000. So we now have 6 zeros. So these are going to divide out, and these zeros divide out. And now, if you square 100, you get 10,000. So that equals 523 hectometers squared divided by 10,000. And if we move this decimal over to the left 4 places, then we move this one over to the left 4 places, and we get 0.0523 square hectometers. Good. Let's stop and